Hi, it's Dwyer, gamblersadvisory.com, dwyervip.com. Remember, the opinion you should follow should be your own. Just consider this video to be a second opinion from a complete stranger online. You do realize, don't you, that even after a 73-win regular season, right, if the Warriors lose Game 2 of their series against OKC, folks, it's over. They're not going to come back from an 0-2 deficit against a team that closed out San Antonio, winning 4 of the last 5 games. Right? Forget the Smalls. Forget the Splash Brothers. Let's focus on the bigs. Does the Warrior front line match up with Ibaka, Adams, and Cantor? I think that's an open question. Understand, the Warriors won a game against OKC during the season in OKC where the Warriors were out-rebounded by something like 30 rebounds. Right? The problems the Warriors are having are structural. So, on the board, right now, in my opinion, the best bet you can make is on a futures because the market hasn't adjusted. This is a mispricing. Understand, OKC could lose Game 2 and still have home court advantage in the series. You're getting OKC at a plus 350. Bet 100 to win $350 in profit plus the return of your $100. Right? OKC at a plus 350 to win it all on the futures. Right? I don't see a team back east that can beat OKC. You're going to tell me that any front court that's relying on Kevin Love is going to be competitive against OKC? You know, Toronto, I like what they're doing. I do. But it's new for them. Right? Durant and Westbrook, they've been to the NBA Finals. Right? So, I like the plus 350 on OKC right here. Full disclosure, I live in the Bay Area. I do think the Warriors win Game 2. Full disclosure. But if the casino's going to offer me a plus 350, I've got to take it. Especially when the team's already taken home court advantage. Let me also say this. I thought the San Antonio Spurs would be in this spot, testing this Warrior team. Right? The Spurs fell apart against OKC. I don't think the normal numbers from the regular season apply to this OKC team today. Right? This version of Steven Adams, folks, he's a monster. This is a guy finding himself in late April and now May. Right? When young guys develop, you can't go by their historical performance. You just simply can't. Let me close, too, by saying, you know, Golden State has been sputtering defensively now for quite some time. They've been playing below their numbers for the season. Right? Understand, they played Portland in a series. I would argue Portland's top 2 players were Lillard and McCollum. Did you know that Lillard and McCollum combined hit something like 43 or 44% of their threes? The Warriors couldn't stop them. They outscored them. Yesterday, OKC put up more than 100 points. In fact, almost 110 points, right? It was something like 108. Right? That's not the kind of basketball that got the Warriors to 73 wins in the regular season. Right? The Warriors, when they're on their game, are holding teams to under 100 points. Right? The Warriors are not on their game. OKC right now has won 5 of its last 6 against the Spurs and Warriors. That's the run they're on, folks. If the rest of the public wants to fixate on January and December and November, when the Warriors were a different team on their way to 73 wins, they can go ahead and do so. Right? You, the gambler, has to look at what's happening right now. Right now. Right? The bigs on OKC are playing bigger than the bigs on Golden State. Andrew Bogut, very important player. Very important player. For the Golden State Warriors, is not fully healthy. Right? He's sucking it up, but he's not who he normally is. Right? The Warriors have to use Klay Thompson. They have to on Russell Westbrook. Because Steph Curry, who recently has become a turnover machine, can't stick him. You saw that in the second half of Game 1. Right? So the Warriors are a bit limited in what they could do. Look, I know Draymond Green is a great defensive player. He's one of my favorites. I consider him to be one of the top 5 players in the league. Here's the problem. He's guarding another one of the top 5 players in the league. Good luck stopping Kevin Durant. I was looking at Durant torch San Antonio. It took me a while to realize that the guy sticking him was the reigning defensive player of the year, Kawhi Leonard. Right? Understand, Durant burns everybody. Right? You're on the short list of the best defensive players in the league, which Draymond Green is on. Makes no difference. Right? So, Golden State has their hands full. Somehow the odds makers don't realize it, and they're giving you a plus 350 on the futures market for OKC. If OKC wins Game 2, it's over for Golden State in the series. Then you're looking at the finals. Then you're looking at guys like LeBron, Kyle Lowry, DeMar DeRozan, right? If Golden State wins Game 2, folks, I got bad news. If you're a Golden State fan, they're still going to have to win a game in OKC to come back and win the series. Right? How did that work out for San Antonio late in that series? You remember that last game? Must-win game for San Antonio. How close were they really to OKC? Right? I like OKC plus 350 on the futures. Keep in mind, you can always hedge the play as situations change. In other words, if you sense OKC is about to implode, you can obviously in the very next game in the series take the Golden State Warriors to have money on both sides of the play. But if the casino is going to give me a plus 350, in other words, they're giving me the equivalent of even money if I were to win the next 3.5 bets. Should I win this one? Right? I have to take it. I like OKC on a plus 350. No, I don't see the Cleveland Cavaliers beating OKC in the finals. Although it would be interesting to see 2 first-year NBA head coaches going head-to-head in the NBA Finals, right? And no, look, I like Toronto as much as everyone else. I think those guys are really sucking it up. I think success comes in incremental steps. I just have a hard time envisioning Toronto going from never having made the conference finals to now suddenly going up against a real juggernaut team with one of the league's best players and certainly one of the league's best front courts and being able to hang. Anyway, that's how I see it. Let me hear from you. Let's try to beat the casino. I hope you leave your comments in the comment section to this video. Peace.